sleep, I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna leave, just lay on your floor tonight. I don't wanna sleep, I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna leave, just lay on your floor tonight. I don't wanna sleep, I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna leave, just lay on your floor tonight. I don't wanna go anywhere, don't wanna go anywhere. I don't wanna go anywhere, don't wanna go anywhere. Carry me through the fairgrounds, 'cause I'm scared to do it for myself. But this little view is hard to forget. Try to get it for the best of us. Try to get it right. Going la 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 la, la la, la la, la la. Anytime you cross the ocean, just to get away from you. Well, right now Anastasia, hope you hear that sovereign tune. I don't wanna sleep, I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna leave, just lay on your floor tonight. I don't wanna sleep, I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna leave, just lay on your floor tonight. I don't wanna sleep, I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna leave, just lay on your floor tonight. I don't wanna go anywhere, don't wanna go anywhere. I don't wanna go anywhere, don't wanna go anywhere. Kick the boots, force the change. Don't stop now, you're under safe. Kill the light. Anastasia, Anastasia, out of time. Anastasia, Anastasia, kill the light. Anastasia, Anastasia. Kill your prophet and your soldier. Don't you wish for Anastasia? Kill your prophet and your soldier. Don't you wish for Anna? I don't wanna sleep, I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna leave, just lay on your floor tonight. I don't wanna sleep, I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna leave, just lay on your floor tonight. I don't wanna go anywhere, don't wanna go anywhere. I don't wanna go anywhere, don't wanna go anywhere.
Starbucks cup, nervous with an anxious gut. They're pushing you in line. Your mind is closed shut, treated like a mutt. Will you realize sometime? Does it give yourself some sort of pride for your insecure mind? How could you be so lost? You don't even know the cost. How could you let life get washed
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fireside, where we have got advanced playoffs right here. It's going to be the Mar-a-Lago, Phillies versus MGCS. My name is Tcmano. I am joined by number one rocker, and we've got Pika on production. Number one, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I just got back from a meeting for a private club that I'm a part of, but I was rushing to get home so I could be here in time for this. I'm excited. It's upper bracket finals, and I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at my phone to see who's gonna be doing this for tonight, and I thought the name was the Mar-a-Lago Phillies as well, but it's actually the Mar-a-Lago Files. I just want to put that out there.
I know. I just like the idea that they're all in Philadelphia and they have their own little Mar-a-Lago
Well,
out there. You know what I mean?
well, they have the oh god, there's a Phillies. No, they have. I think the Phillies come down this way for spring training, so I mean, it wouldn't be too far off. But yeah, no, I'm doing great. We got this upper bracket finals, like I said. MGCS. I've watched the last three matches that these guys played, and man, I'm excited to see what they do in this one against the top seed Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, we've been kind of speaking about them, but Mar-a-Lago, they have been on a roll in advanced. If you haven't quite kept up, 15-1 in the regular season, and they won their first playoffs round pretty decisively against Real Six, going up against MGCS in the regular season. Mar-a-Lago won both times against them, and if you are MGCS, this has got to be quite a little bit of an upset on your hands if you want to try and walk away with them. Even though this is a the third and the first seed, there's been a pretty good difference in terms of the scores when you look at these two teams, and some of that maybe comes down to a bit more experience on Mar-a-Lago. You have people like Manicute and GMK. I think we're the two who have played an invite before. So they've got a little bit more experience on that side. And then you also have, I'd say, up and comers like Dog Day Boy, kind of rising through the ranks as well for them. That's not to say MGCS isn't full of slouches as well. Michael PC1, JJ DeWitt, Sonny, Moist DM, shout outs to Moist, all really great players. And I know they've got it in them. I think if they're all here tonight firing at all cinders, number one, they might be able to take it to Mar-a-Lago, but it's going to take a lot from them.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, 15-1 for Mar-a-Lago, right? Pretty dominant standing for the season. And yeah, the rest of it, the next three has just been a scramble this entire series, even leading up to it. So it's about as neck and neck as it could be. So anybody that would go against these guys is going to have a hard fought match. But speaking of which, MGCS, like I said, I watched the last three matches they did against Ninjago, who's in the lower bracket tonight. And, pretty evenly matched, but actually Ninjago's the only one that managed to beat Mar-a-Lago in the regular season on Bagel, which actually, funny enough, Mar-a-Lago banned during the map picks tonight. But, yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if MGCS can eke out ahead and prove that maybe it's not just all middle of the pack stuff and they do have what it takes to come out ahead. But what do we have for maps, actually, as a matter of fact?
Well, for the maps, we've got an all 5 CP lineup. It is going to be Snakewater, which is going to be the first map, going over to Sultry. And then if we do get to a third map, it is going to be Gully Wash. And I think this is a pretty interesting lineup of maps. Obviously, you've got something like Snakewater, Standard 3, as I call it.
Right.
Snakewater, Process, Sunshine, the Pug maps.
Mhm.
Everyone's played them countless of times. You've got something like Gully Wash, which has a lot of history in TF2, but it's not quite a pug map. But both of these teams should know it and have a lot of experience. And then you've got something like Sultry, a bit newer, and they might still be a little bit of a wild card. I don't know how comfortable teams are with this map now, because it's been in the season. It's been in the map rotation for a few seasons now. Sorry, but it's still a bit newer and maybe a bit more room for players to be caught off guard.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that Gully Wash is it's been around for a long time, but I feel like it's oddly become more controversial as a map, which is kind of weird, right? But yeah, Sultry. The only time that MGCS played Sultry in the regular season was in the second week, but they had it forfeited to them, so they didn't even get to actually play it. So we'll see if they actually have a lot to do on it, but they just never had a chance to show it on film.
Yeah, they have had some really intense scrims maybe on it, but yeah, never had a chance to prove it in the season. Same thing actually for Mar-a-Lago. Just looking at their kind of scorecard here, I don't think they've actually played a match on it yet. So this is going to be the first time for them in an RGL match, and they're definitely going to have to do it because it is the second map, so they can't just say, oh,
Right.
that's the third map. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to clean it up in two. So we are definitely going to be seeing what Mar-a-Lago have in store for us on Sultry, and who knows, that might be their weak point. We haven't seen it once in the season so far, but maybe that map for MGCS could be their opportunity to get a game on their opponents.
Indeed. Well, why don't we run down the rosters real quick? We do have one team readied up, so I'll take MGCS. Why not? Why not? Over on the flank scout, we have Imagine, and of course on Pocket Scout, Michael PC1 had a phenomenal last few games, especially against Ninjago. Romer's going to be Reverie, Mild, Pocket Soldier once again, Moist DM, Duet on Demo, and Sunny on Medic.
All right, and then on Mar-a-Lago, as we are about to go live, we've got Owib and JPEG going to be your two scouts. Dog Day Boy on Demo, Manicute and GMK going to be your soldiers, and then Taco Cat is on Medic. As we are going live, advanced playoffs, Mar-a-Lago versus MGCS coming up on this first mid. Immediately, Owib getting very aggressive over on the right flank. It's going to be the bombs from the soldiers coming in. Can both medics survive? Seems like Taco Cat should be able to, but the same can't be said for his Demo. Dog Day going to be going down. Sunny did die on the other side of the map, so a little bit better as long as they can keep Taco Cat alive. No one is really in position to try and clean up onto him, so it's going to be okay for the moment for Mar-a-Lago as long as they can keep Taco Cat up, get the respawners, and re-push in on the mid. As it's just going to be now a game for MGCS to try and figure out how do they want to sack in here, pressure out this Uber because it's going to come in fairly quickly from Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was muted. That whole mid there, both sets of soldiers just crisscross, and actually going in. And here comes GMK trying to look against Reverie, takes him down, but surely get clean at the 11 HP. Still trying to push out with this Uber advantage. Sunny only at 60%, comes through Manicute, gets chopped down by the sickies of DeWitt, and that's actually an opportunity for MG to push on through, even without Uber, because Mar-a-Lago definitely has to fall back. But like I was saying, both soldiers sort of crisscrossed, and Sunny ended up getting pushed on the other side of the map while Taco Cat finished back up. Anyway, I'm just talking too much. Dog Day Boy set up a trap, and here comes the... Oh, no! Oh, getting dropped in the Uber. JPEG has to take over as this exchange goes down, and actually Med getting blasted up on bats. Taco Cat might be able to escape through lower, actually. Doesn't get chased. In the meanwhile, JJ DeWitt on a Manicute with some fat pills. Taco Cat manages to live to fight another day, but Michael PC and company barging in on the left side.
Wow, that is actually incredible that Taco Cat was able to get out there, as now it is going to be an attempt from GMCS. They are going to be able to take down a couple players. Dog Day immediately dies, but JJ is going to fall trying to escape. Sunny takes a lot of damage, is going to be able to get out with the rest of the crew. Michael PC1 just trying to dodge the damage, is going to fall down, and GMK is very aggressive on the chase, but is instead going to back up, and that is going to be a held last point for Mar-a-Lago. Still going to be even Ubers, but they do have player advantage.
Absolutely, but they're continuing on with this pressure. All the same, Mar-a-Lago jumping through, and yeah, MG is in no real position to contest, but Reverie does go down as they retreat, but Sunny up on Uber all the same, and they are on second, but we might have Taco Cat and company pushing through Saw, and there we go, even without Uber in their hands. Now it's flip-flop, and here comes Points coming up on the pipe, and actually DeWitt had some nice traps waiting for Manicute to jump up onto that pipe, takes him down, so one soldier fewer for Mar-a-Lago as this exchange goes down in the Saw here. Oh, without Uber, actually no Uber popped up for Taco Cat, so he just goes down and sacrifices so that the rest of his team can get out and stay with Uber on mid, but they're backing up all the same. JPEG goes down to some stickies, too weak to be not fast enough. Moistia might catch him out lower, try to get the force off, but no. Sees two soldiers in the demo, and GMK sees him off with a nice frag to trade him out. 19 seconds on the spawn timer might be enough for Mar-a-Lago to come back in as MG captures back mid.
They are going to come back in with this Uber, immediately using it through Kitchen. They find one onto Revere. JJ is also going to fall, trying to chase a little bit further, and they can because they have so big player advantage. It is going to be Manicute going in. Oh my god, nice rocket onto Imagine. Imagine that one. He doesn't have to because he just did it. That is going to be Mar-a-Lago. Dog Day Boy just getting another pick. just for good measure, I got the forward spawns all trapped up. Not going to make that mistake again because they don't have mid just quite yet. So all of these respawners are going to be super duper late. Seems like Michael PC1 might want to try and take this Uber and meet in with the respawners.
I love it. Yeah, no, they kind of put the cart before the horse, Mar-a-Largo, and did not capture mid time. Team K gets blasted away from the forward spawns and into the waiting arms of Michael PC1 as Uber gets popped off. Taco Cat only at 83%, just waiting outside of lower with his demo. The rest of his team, however, has to scramble to get away. Manicute, not so lucky, gets gobbled up by Michael PC1 outside Uber fades Udambo soldiers for Mar-a-Largo. MG going to be pushing into mid here, but Taco Cat does come up on his Uber. How much do they want to test the waters? Michael PC1 still leading his team through. Shirley with the rest of the scouts and soldiers until Uber popped off. And we'll see what they can get with the soldiers just now coming off of the spawn. Actually, Dog Day Boy goes down to Reverie in the meantime, and JPEG and OF getting 2 more of their own. So no scouts for MG, but they are back up in the yard, and a whole bunch of projectiles pointing their way. Mar-a-Largo has to be careful, but the walk at a yard all the same.
Oh, GMK, nice. Rockets on to Sunny, going to be able to get that kill. That's going to be no medic for the blue team there, GCMS, whatever they are, MGCS. Sorry, I got to remember that one.
Put some respect on the name, boy.
Yeah, no, I really should, but unfortunately for them, they are not going to be able to, or they might be able to hold on to this point. Nice rockets from Reverie right there is going to be able to take down Owen, and that should be enough to guarantee them an attempt to add a last hold. They're still going to be at uber disadvantage, so they are not out of the woods just quite yet, but now they can at least get a bit better set fences up. You see that sentry gun going up for them. It's going to be a question of, can they find any picks in this little bit of downtime to stall a little bit longer, get their own Uber out. Michael PC1 up on the sniper, but that Uber's already coming in.
And yeah, coming from lower. Good spot, but Manicute gets hit with a fat body shot as he's unubered. He'll have to wait out for the rest of his team. Receives air from lower, jumps in and takes that moist DM. In the meanwhile, Michael PC1, Sunny, Reverie, they all die. And some good individual fights going on there. Mar-a-Largo secures the first point with about 6 minutes burned off the clock.
Really, really great stuff from Mar-a-Largo, and good thing there that, you know, sometimes some teams, they try and go in without having the Uber. They get a little bit too aggressive, and then they lose it all. Mar-a-Largo being able to recognize the situation, back out as soon as they lost that one player, and said, you know, let's come back when we have Uber advantage, and they were able to execute off of it perfectly, making it a 1-0 game. Now coming in on to the second mid fight. Once again, Oab, the soldiers going in high into the sky. It's going to be a fade bomb away. Reverie is going to find the worst of that, but it's going to be destruction. JJ DeWitt is going to go down. They're all trying to aggress across the point, trying to get in on the Taco Cat. Nice rockets from Moist DM is going to be able to find that kill. Moist DM still in the backlines, finds another on the Manicute. It's only going to be Oab. He is in a 2v1 situation. He might be able to clean this up. Sunny, the last one alive. Oab not going to chase that. Maybe that could bite his team in the behind later in the round, but at least for now, they are going to get the midpoint.
It was an interesting 1v2 MGE there. He sort of just focused on the soldier because he knew as soon as he turned his focus to the medic, he would lose that one. But yeah, didn't commit for the med overall, and that might indeed come back to bite him. Sunny takes a bit of damage blocking in, but 85 Uber and the rest of the team in front of him should be an easy ask. We do have GMK in the wings waiting to go for a sack here. Medic distracting a bit on the catwalk. Here we go, making his presence known. GMK going to take down Reverie, take on Reverie. It actually does not manage to get out, fades away into the skybox, but lands right on top of Michael PC1's scatter and a rocket to boot, leaving them down a player. Here comes the bomb in from Reverie, trying to clear some shipping on top of the bats, and yeah, Mar-a-Largo has no choice but to back out. Coming up on Uber, so they are delaying just enough to have that even Ubers on last, but man, what a swing from MG.
Yeah, a really, really great swing from MG, and they're already trying to take some space here. Michael leading the charge. Up top, JJ bombing around. It is going to be an Uber exchange over by the truck. It's looking a little bit better for Mar-a-Largo. They should be able to force everyone out. GMK very aggressive already in lobby, just trying to see if he can maybe catch one of those escaping players. It's not going to happen, and I think that is maybe the opportunity for Mar-a-Largo to get a little bit aggressive has gone over, so they're just going to be going back into the stalemate positions, get all the defenses up. JPEG up on that sentry gun. Now it's going to be a question of how can MG try and break the stalemate? How can they gain some momentum, generate a pick for their team, and try and convert this round?
Well, this is about the second time that they showed up in this situation so far in this map. About 10 minutes gone. You know, plenty of time to get at least 1 point on the board. You know, not a whole lot of attempts. So yeah, we'll see what they got. JJ to win trading some spam with the demo inside the lobby, trying to make his way in. Dogdoy gonna set up some new traps as they're shot away by Michael PC1. Sets up the bucket trap right in front of their face. They know it's there, so no big deal. That gun is at a level 2, deliberately so, I think. Actually, no, he's smacking it. Could be going up for level 3 right now. Rever gonna meet in the drop down on GMK. Drains out a bunch of damage here. GMK comes out on top, and actually Moist CM not so lucky, gonna go down just as quick. So a completely wasted double stack from MGCS. Not what you wanted to see.
Yeah,
actually,
that
no, they
was...
trade 2 for 2. I didn't even notice. Screw me.
Yeah, I think went immediately in after those 2 soldiers went down to try and go for something. Wasn't able to make it stick, but we do have a spy out on the field. Mikey PC1 going down very, very low over in lobby, but is not going to die, luckily for him, as Reverie up on spy, making their way in through lower. Oh, that was very, very close. Almost bumped into JPEG on the NG.
Yeah, now he's just crab walking his way up the slope on that cloak and dagger, just scoping it out, but surely the jig is up for him now. Mar-a-Largo has to be keyed in that they're not seeing somebody, right? That's always the classic tale. But Manicu jumping up in the drop down, putting out some spam. The rest of his combo is going to be going to left, trying to put in some damage. Dog Day Boy. Here comes the... Nope! Sap instantly denied by the crit of Reverie. JPEG going to finish off Moist CM. So once again, another double sack fail, going back to the drawing board. Less than 2 minutes on the round timer. Manicu looks like he wants to go from lower. Actually thinks against it. GMK might be going instead.
Yeah, GMK has made their way through lower. It's just kind of spamming some shots, and that's going to be the call for Manicu to get in through Cheese. It's going to have a few opportunities, and that's going to be the follow-up from GMK. Is going to force Sunny to use their... Sunny tried to milk for as long as possible, but just that second soldier coming in meant that they had to use, and because of that, they're going to have to back up here. Mar-a-Largo still at 100%. Still an opportunity for MG to try and go for a back half or something cheeky like that, but otherwise, they have got to start to figure out an exit plan.
Yeah, well, kudos to Sunny. His back is completely turned at the soldier that jumped up from lower and just had a feeling that he had to use after that first attempt from Manicu. Now, Oab leading his team. Dog Day and Taco Cat takes a little bit of damage out to bats. Leading the way. There could be a flank shove. Imagine. Takes down Manicu, but still has to get them with the gun, so it'll draw them back. Actually, oh my god, Oab didn't know where Imagine was, just completely passed by him. But yeah, 2 dead on the field shove. Attempt. Taco Cat 19 HP has to use right before cratering. And yeah, very heads up play, but does get the force out all the systems. So Sunny with about a 90% advantage with the rest of his team. Going to be coming back in through Saw and going to probably try to stop this cap here with the Uber. And here we go, jumping into it.
Yeah, they're going to be jumping in. Poor Taco Cat completely caught out right here. It is actually taking a while to die. Michael PC1 finally finds the pistol shots, and that's going to be the only player that they do get. It is going to be enough to stop the capture, so they can roll right in onto last with heals advantage if they so choose. But
nice.
Oh, GMK is going to be taken down. That's going to be another player advantage for them to try and do something here. There's only 10 seconds left in the round timer, so no reason not to. Going to be trying to make their way in. Micah PC1 kind of leading the chart. They find Dog, they find Manicu. It could be it. Only OIP, and now the respawn is coming in from Mar-a-Largo. The scouts are going to have to do everything.
Yes!
KJ with the sword coming out. Taco trying to do everything.
My God.
But that is going to be MGCS making it 1-1, and we have got a game on our hands, number 1.
Yeah, no, that was just beautifully executed. They were going in after that Uber. They collected themselves, and they noticed the player isolated in the lower. And so Imagine ran through lobby and jumped down with the soldier to finish off that kill, and they just bust their way in. Dog Day got melted. The other soldier got melted, and yeah, it was just an excellent opportunity seized by MG to tie this back up 1-1. Really well done.
Really well done indeed, and we've seen a lot of early soldier aggression in these past few minutes. We have to, maybe wait and see if we have some more, and that's exactly going to be it. Reverie once again going to be going in with their soldier buddy, and Moist DM just trying to get onto Taco Cat. Taco Cat expertly going back into Saw. That's going to be both soldiers down for MG, and they have got to start thinking about getting out of this mid, and you see they're backing up through lower. Mar-a-Largo immediately on the chase, going in through Saw. They could be able to try and go for a sack here, maybe a double if they want.
I think they gambled wrong on which door they'd go through, because now they're kind of at an impasse here with Ubers both in the hands of both medics here. JMK going to lead the charge, going to draw us behind. Imagine's going to try to take that fight. GMK very weak. Dog Day just gets completely picked out, way ahead of his Uber. It is popped off by Taco Cat, and Sunny's under no pressure at all to use his. JPEG has to get the hell out, peeking through lower, and now it's completely on Mar-a-Largo to retreat after decent enough mid for them. What a swing.
Very, very quick swing. He said MG in control of the midpoint, and they do have that threat of Uber advantage, and they are immediately going to use it, walking through Saw, trying to take some space. Oh, Michael
no.
PC1. Oh, it does get dropped as the Uber down comes out onto JJ DeWitt, trying to leech for charge on with that demo. They are going to find a couple of good key picks. Another one on the Manicute. Nice pipe from him, and that's actually not too bad of an Uber.
Yeah, no, that was a really good flash on Moist, actually. Prevented him from taking a lot of damage. That kept him in the fight for longer, and it's actually going to allow them to keep this push and just death-balling through the left here. Reverie off the high wall. He went right in the face of the head if he gets chopped down. JPEG, imagine trying to mess with the beam, and now he's got to retreat through lower as GMK and OAB try to see him out, barely escaping with his medic. 33% Uber for him, 90 for Taco Cat, so it's definitely in the favor of Mar-a-Largo as they come out through lower. And actually, the beam going to be coming out through lower, very interesting. And that Manicute clearing out Cheese, and yeah, successful retake after a failed push from MG. They thought they could keep in with the momentum, but it just wasn't there, and DeWitt got way ahead of his combo, and they really paid the price taking that demo out so early.
They did, and now you can see the push coming in from Kitchen, going to be leading for charge. Oh, GMK is actually going to go down. They might be able to find Sunny and Michael PC1 as they were caught over in their kitchen. There is still a soldier in behind. It is Moistiem doing a lot of damage on this combo. Is probably going to get cleaned up. Oh, nice easy kill for him. Manicute finds another on to JJ, and Reverie goes down in the backlines, and that is going to be a complete wipe. Everyone on MG taken down. They should be denied forward spawns. No, it's only going to be the 2. That was very, very close. That could have been a wipe right there. Again, Dog Day Boy is not to be tested, and fortunately for them, they didn't find it out. They're going to be back spawning, but still, a very big advantage for Mar-a-Largo.
Man, the amount of times I've freaking done that, you know, just hold W because you're not thinking, you know they're there, but you just hold W instinctually. And yeah, almost biting Sunny right there, but manages the back spot. Michael PC1 watching that shutter with the sniper, surely, because that's where they're going to be coming in here. Mar-a-Largo, gun goes down from a bit of hand to jump across, to the left from the demo. Very, very standard Uber here. Lots of cap time. Nobody there to really stop it. Soldiers jump in, but they both take the same damage. Michael PC1 getting shipped down by the hit scan here. JPEG going to finish off that cap. Another round for Mar-a-Largo, 2-1.
Mar-a-Largo just gaining that momentum, immediately going all the way with it, showing why they've been so dominant in the regular season and in this first round of playoffs. See, they can keep it up in the second round, or if MG can, do what they did in that previous round and maybe get some momentum on their sides and push up Mar-a-Largo to their limits. Now, Reverie and Moistiem being very aggressive on these bombs so far. They might try and do something similar. Taco Cat has been having mixed success staying alive on these mids. Last time was able to do it. I had to force... Oh, that's going to be OAB going down. A very early pick for MG, and now they can just play the slower spam game with that player advantage immediately. Everyone else on Mar-a-Largo backing out of mid, recognizing, without that scout to help deny the soldiers, they are at a must-watch position, and MG already trying to push second.
And yeah, Reverie's hot on Taco Cat, 48 HP. Very dangerous situation here, but Michael PC1 getting gobbled up in grass all the same. A lot of damage put out by DeWitt, but bit of a double sack there. And yeah, really conservative play, but ending up in Mar-a-Largo's favor as they're able to come back with that one player down and just completely take the counter aggression from MG and work it in their favor. Now Manicute jumping across the top of the point. GMK going to follow him as well. And doing a good job to hold off here in the meantime with these Ubers in hand. Could see an exchange pop off pretty soon. Here comes Manicute. And GMK as well. And yeah, both get cleared away. GMK taking a little bit longer to die, but hey, Mar-a-Largo will take that any day of the week as long as they don't have to use this Uber up. And actually, they're going to use it way far back, and Sunny could be out. JJ DeWitt might not be so lucky here, but yeah, no, the rest of the team is behind this Mar-a-Largo combo, and they will have to contend with that. There is a back cap going back on the second as well, and it's absolutely huge, and they're just sort of inadvertently blocking just by living Moist TM. But
this is on Manicute. This is on Manicute and GMK right now to try and hold this. They find one onto Reverie. Imagine should probably go down. Does find one on the Manicute, and then finally JPEG comes back at the last second to help out his soldier buddy. So being able to block the worst of that, but still really great play from MG. Oh.
Yeah, he almost got hit by a straight rocket leaving Saw. He got the pack and was able to get healed up. But yeah, that was a bit of a chaotic fight. I think that might have been the most chaotic fight we've seen so far tonight, surprisingly.
Oh, 100%, because it was looking really good for Mar-a-Lago. Otherwise, in
Yeah.
that push, they did use, like you said, from very far back, but they were able to get a good few picks, and they probably would have been able to get on to the rest if they were able to chase, but they had to back up, deal with the back cappers instead. So now it seems like
Oh,
they
nice
think
trap.
it's Uber advantage. Manicute is going to go down. Sunny it was closer to even than I think they thought it was. Now, Taco Cat
Oh,
getting
crunch.
immediately mulched by River in the backlines. JPEG trying to find Sunny.
Imagine.
Coming in
Oh.
from behind. Nice cleanup. Now it's just going to be a straight DM fight. River very weak. It's going to be JJ taking down JPEG over by Saw. Oa in behind. It's going to be GMK coming from in front. Is MG
messed
going to
up
be
the
able to
jump.
withstand this? No, I don't think they are. They're going to have to back this up, and Mar-a-Lago winning that DM fight, having the better post, going to be able to retake mid.
Yeah, I don't even really know what to make of that mid. Just absolute crunch and then counter crunch, and once again Mar-a-Lago ending up on top. I don't know how they do it, but MG once again they're not looking. They were looking kind of sloppy the last 3 matches. I'm not gonna lie. Last 3 maps that I saw them on. But they seem to clean it up for this upper bracket match here. But it seems like they are still holding on for dear life. Just a little bit over 10 minutes to go. Mar-a-Lago pushing in from Yard. A little bit of contention between GMK and Cheese. He's actually going to take the route behind, poking off the player's head, and actually Craters with the help of Michael PC1 after taking a pill from DeWitt. And Moise actually might be caught. No, actually going to leave lobby just in time. Sunny on 80%. Uber about a 20-25% advantage over Taco Cat. So Mar-a-Lago on second, but they will have to back up just in case they want to take this this counter Uber MG. But no, I think they're much better at counting Ubers there than Mar-a-Lago was just a second ago. Because yeah, I think they might have doubted that Sunny was building as fast as they were, but. They almost paid for it, frankly.
Oof. Yeah, they did almost pay for it, but Mar-a-Lago is going to be able to take down Reverie in the backline so they can finally focus all of their attention in what is in front of them. They're going to be rotating over towards the shutter to try and take down the sentry gun, and they are going to be able to do it without losing
nice body
anyone.
block.
Now, Sunny does take a throw. Oh my god, JPEG
Whoa.
is going to be able to get the cleanup onto Sunny. That was just a chip shot by Shutter, but it was 2 really great kind of direct rockets from MoistDM. Actually, no, sorry, from GMK, my bad, onto Sunny that were able to get him down so low, and all JPEG had to do was go in for the chip shot. Easy kill for him right there, but just really great focus fire from everyone on Mar-a-Lago.
Well, it's just really unfortunate because, Moise got the sick body block on GMK as he was trying to do his high jump off the wall, but still managed to have a successful sack, landing 2 directs like you said. I was focused on the TF body block play, but he's still getting it done.
Now the Uber is going to come in. Dog Day takes down the sentry gun, rotating over towards the left-hand side. Everyone else from MG trying to come out from their left-hand side, but it doesn't matter. They don't get to the point in time. Everyone on Mar-a-Lago immediately stand on it, making it a 3-1 game. And while the first 2 rounds kind of back and forth, well, actually, no, the first round was pretty decisive for Mar-a-Lago. The second round, very back and forth. Seems like Mar-a-Lago have kind of started to pick up a bit of steam here.
Well, it's funny because I thought the exact opposite. I thought MG was starting to find their footing, but yeah, that last fight, it's about as textbook as you can get. They took a side and then just filtered across and took the fight right to MG, and yeah, up 3-1 already. 8 minutes to go here. We'll see if they actually take a bit of a more passive mid-MGCS. Well, actually, no, because referee goes down. It doesn't matter how fast they are. Oh, answered back on by Michael Peace. But here comes Manicute and GMK. Manicute gobbled up. Moise DM taking the fight to GMK, but DM actually, Moise jumping down on top into an exposed Dog Day as he walks across the point completely unsecured there. Thought his scouts had his best interest at heart, but no, just getting absolutely pounced upon. Now JPEG and GMK are going to do their best. And here comes Moise once again, catching Taco Cat with a nice fadeaway rocket. Not able to escape the wrath of Moise DM. He didn't have to even at flubbing that last fight, with the body block. Thought he had it in the bag, but certainly making up for it here. And he's going to be able to escape. No, Manicute hot and seals. Make sure that he does not get to live and avenges his medic a bit there. But Taco Cat coming up now. Actually, Sunny coming up with very low Uber as well because of him dying in that exchange at some point. I missed that. But not the greatest amount of Uber advantages we'd like to have it for MG despite coming out on top of that mid. And that seems to sort of be at the tail of the tape. Every good mid that MG's had so far really couldn't capitalize on it.
Yeah, they're kind of forced into try and making something happen from a close to stalemate position instead of just being able to roll in like Mar-a-Lago have had the opportunity to do quite a few times. So they're going to be able to build it. It is still, they could work it if they went immediately, but doesn't seem like they're in position to do so. So I think they are going to slow things down, take their time, try and work their sacks, try and make some space for someone on their team to either get a crucial pick like, you know, the demo or force out the medic. Instead, it's going to be the soldiers coming in. Moist lands over on that. It's going to get taken out, but that's going to be an opportunity for Magic to come in, cleans up, does a lot of damage, but it's going to be both medics using Uber. Sunny getting forced over by Saw, and this is going to be a call for them to back out. Both Ubers used, but they are going to be at massive, well, minor player disadvantage.
And actually, Mar-a-Lago getting stuck by the Rockets or Reverie here, but they're going to find other ways in. Manicube through Saw with the help of JPEG, and they're managing to catch out Reverie. No, but not before taking out Manicube. Both scouts from Mar-a-Lago extremely weak, so they have to back up and get some heals up, and a quick arrow see Reverie back to health and able to do his functions and duties as a soldier. Sunny with the rest of his team going to be pumping in through Saw here, and actually finding both scouts here from GMK trying to fade and then land on something. No, actually got to help the scouts on the flank there. Imagine popped up in yard and barely able to escape. No, Oep with the fat hit scan is going to see him get the kill there. Reverie taking the fight still against Oep, and he's going to get 2 in a row there. Very nicely done to secure the flank from Oep.
Yeah, really, really great stuff. And now Mar-a-Lago just going to be able to walk in onto mid. GMK leading the charge, going for some nice bombs, forcing everyone else back on GM as they make their way back onto second. Imagine up on Sniper in the forward spawn. Might be an opportunity for him to get a cheeky pick. He's going to have to wait a little bit because they're rotating over towards Saw. Mar-a-Lago is immediately managed, is in, takes down Sunny. Just insult added to injury, salt in the wound. Michael PC1 and Moist Yam hiding, lurking over in lower, but might have to get the heck out of Dodge just for a little bit, find a better spot to try and sack in on to Taco Cat, because they're just going to be waiting for their soldier respawners, and then they're going to make their way in onto second.
And yeah, that's just very unfortunate. Sunny seemed like they were just completely abandoned for the time being in that split second that they were jumped on. But yeah, tried to surf away, but didn't turn around to see where they were going. Just bumped into the shack and just easily served. And another unfortunate drop for Sunny here. Actually playing pretty close to the fire on bats here. Soldier coming in, trying to clear some space. Reverie going to get out with 33 HP, going to get the resup. Imagine on 8 seconds of respawn. And yeah, full Uber advantage for Taco going to be coming through lower. And the shot rings out, but Michael PC1 not able to find a head here. Moist going to be waiting for his opportunity to dive on the point. A lot of weak red players, so could feasibly do it. Manages to take out one with the help of his team. And yeah, this is a failed lash push. 2 soldiers and a scout dead for Mar-a-Lago, and the rest will have to duck for cover, try to get out, but Dog Day Boy not so lucky to it. Gonna jump with some bad stickies and pills. Not able to get the 1-2 combo. Oh, protects his medic the time being. It will continue to be a body block, even collecting the pack, but will get run down in the end, just dying a tired death and lower. But yeah, Taco Cat able to get away, but Sunny with full Uber and a successful push out from MGCS, but 3.5 minutes of Sylvani time, down 3-1.
Yeah, this is really huge. It seems like there's going to be a flank shove from Mar-a-Lago. GMK and JPEG immediately rushing back over onto second, trying their best here, but it seems that GM have figured that one out and been able to shut that all down. So really great stuff from them, making sure that you know, they don't get back their momentum. They're going to be able to carry it on. They leave their scout to cap on middle as Michael PC1 wants to try and take it in through lower, take the space, but they might be in for a little bit of a nasty surprise. Taco Cat already has Uber, and Ove is going to come in for the trade. Sunny uses a lot later, actually, so could be a little bit better for GM as they are going to be able to force everyone on Mar-a-Lago back into a lobby. But with that pick onto JJ DeWitt, no demo to try and hold everyone down. They're going to immediately come back in. JPEG, both of them finding some really nice kills. Imagine finds one as well. There's going to be a scrappy DM fight. Seems like Michael PC1 wants to give it up, recognizing they don't have any projectiles with them to really deal some major damage, and they are going to back out for the time being. Even Uber still, though, so it's actually, they want to fight this number one.
Yeah, I thought they were going to try to blank shove through Saw, but they're just setting up a mid. I think that would have been a good opportunity for MG. Just keep playing the musical chairs and just keep them rotating, but deciding against it. Yeah, Mar-a-Largo kind of deathballed, and that's why I was kind of groaning because, I mean, I could see it, but, you know, just something in my intuition said they should have gone solid just to scope it out, try to keep the fight going so that we didn't settle into this rhythm. Because, yeah, there's 2 minutes left until banning time, and now we're just sort of building Ubers at each other, and it'll be even right here, right now.
That's a good shout. We are very, very close, actually, to continuous overtime. So we're looking probably at a 4-something game unless Mar-a-Lago can immediately go coast to coast here. Reverie going in, tried to take down, but Demo not able to find enough damage to get that pick. So is going to be sent to the respawn room. Now an opportunity for Mar-a-Lago to send their own counter sack. Pretty hard to counter sack from second on to mid, but if you're crafty, you can try and do some things, but it seems like Manicute, GMK just opting to play it safe. You know, they're in the lead. They don't really have to go for those types of plays if they don't want to. So they're just saying, all right, GM, you guys got to come into our hands here. You got to play into us for the time being and be the ones to try and initiate something.
And yeah, that's sort of been in the tail of the tape. MG has been having some flashes of brilliance, but Mar-a-Largo I think has been the way more consistent team, despite some hard attacks and, you know, that one crazy play in the middle there where it was just back half and crunch for crunch. But yeah, MG has their work cut out for him. 50 seconds on the server timer. Ooh, GMK gets a little how do you do window. And actually, Michael PC1 on sniper this entire time. Manicute barely able to escape Dog Day Boy. In the meantime, going to collect onto Moist CM. So down to Soldier, and they have a sniper. This is not exactly the place you want to be Uber v Uber with their pocket scout on sniper.
You can see they're immediately aggressive, but it doesn't matter. Michael PC1, nice headshot onto Dog Day, who only peeks lower for a fraction of a second and immediately has to regret it. Now that's going to open up all these doorways for them, but that's going to be the aggressive Uber actually coming out from Mar-a-Largo. They take down JJ. That's going to be a dropped Demo. As long as they don't lose anyone else here, it should be okay. I don't think Mar-a-Largo are going to be able to push in onto mid off of that, even though it's unfortunate for JJ that he got taken down there. But now they're just going to wait for their Demo to respawn, take this Uber advantage in on to second. Wouldn't be too surprised to see Michael PC1 switch back off on the scout as he does, and this is going to be an opportunity for them. If they play their cards right, they could take it all the way to last.
I really think they should have countered into them and get into the ground with that Uber, because now they had to work their entire way in and make sure this Uber stays up. And here comes GMK off the top rope, landing in amongst them here, and here comes the second from Manicute. Will Sunny hold on to this Uber? They do, but I mean, it's working out, but they're kind of wasting a lot of time, and just like that, Taco Cat already has his Uber, so we're basically back to square one. I would have liked to see them to take that Uber a little bit more aggressively and not drop the Uber and take the gamble with the dry fight, but here we go, exchanging. And now, yeah, why are they exchanging now? This is so weird. And Sunny's taking the long way back home and gets shipped down out of distance by JPEG on Heavy. I just don't like what they did in the last 45 seconds, minute there. That was just very questionable for me.
Yeah, it was just very unfortunate. Sunny not kind of recognizing what Michael wanted to do there. Michael opting for lower. Sunny tried to go where his Demo went, but because of that, it's going to be a dead medic for MG, as now they are trying to hold on to second just a little bit, and they are finding some good damage. They find a pick onto Manicute. Oa goes down a pretty weak as well. Is going to have to back up, and Taco Cat taking a lot of damage over in lobby. JJ finds one onto Dog Day. They are going to be able to survive for just a little bit, but with Moist going down, it's going to be 3 down for MG. Going to have to back out for the meantime, and Mar-a-Largo able to push out onto second. Impressive, though, that a Sunny has been able to get to even Ubers, all things considered. So if Mar-a-Largo come in here, which they do, they might be in for a very unpleasant surprise.
It's basically even Ubers, but the positional advantage just isn't there. Look at this. Mar-a-Largo just completely free reign on mid, just jumping around as they will here. And MG has to do something. It's either get out or go for the force, and there we go. Taco Cat taking his team across with the Uber. Now the rest of MG has to scatter. River going down to Moist, getting 2 kills on the Dog Day, and GMK in the meantime will go down, but that actually might be huge and allow for a huge momentum shift. And look at it, Mar-a-Largo just scrambling to get out. JPEG trying his best, Manicute behind, but they do have to contend with the Soldier behind. Basically full health, and here he comes in the middle of them. They hear him, and now Sunny jumping around, but enough of the scattered gun shot from a distance will chip him down, but actually still might be workable. Both scouts in the demo here. Yeah, DeWitt with some nice pills, getting Taco Cat as he drops down the lower, but it'll just be Imagine versus OIP. And actually the Soldier coming in to confuse things a bit. JMK now going to try to bail his team out metaphorically, trying to get some positioning here, but not meant to beat. MG with a lot of very bad health. Imagine literally at 1 HP. Moist trapped behind, going to try his best against Dog Day, but no. We'll live with but a sliver of health, and it's going to be virtually even Uber. So very impressive DM fights, but virtually no advantage in the end from MG, despite the great initiation by Moist.
It was a really, really great initiation from Moist, but like you said, not able to get on to that second point.
It's a net zero. It's a net zero,
yeah.
basically.
It is a net zero, which is okay, I guess, if you are MG, because, you know, it could be worse. You could have maybe just completely folded and be sent back to your last point, and then you gotta, you know, try and worry about that. We didn't mention it, but it is now continuous overtime, so if you are Mar-a-Lago, you only need one more round to capture up. If you are MG, you are going to need 3 without making any mistakes. There is a spy in the field as a GMK is going down pretty weak as the spy decloaks. Unfortunately for Moist, immediately gets taken down, but Sunny, nice serve to stay alive, but he's going to have to use the Uber. Nice follow-up from GMK to make sure they got one, and this is going to be a very, very bad position for MG.
Yeah, nice little circle around from Sunny on the surf to make sure that it didn't crater, but yes, the Soldier is still alive. I think they're kind of banking on that Soldier not being alive to keep chasing, so I had to use out that very important, and a drop from DeWitt with the traps. I didn't see where he laid them, but it doesn't matter. All the same, Taco Cat certainly didn't see it. Not that they just combo scout. That's an absolutely huge play. So like I said, flashes of brilliance onto JPIC now. DeWitt still getting the sticky kills, and Dog Day tried to get his own, but it's a bit of a fruitless effort. Actually, no, does get Imagine in the ends of these demos are being a bit devious with their stickies, but DeWitt showing to be the hero here after Moist TM doing some work of his own. MG have an opportunity to get into this, but here comes GMK and Manicue behind in the corner. They get both the medic and the demo referee answered back by Dog Day Boy. Moist TM and Michael PC1 though, they get some frags themselves, but now it's just Michael PC1, the last one alive to contend with the Wrath and Fury of Mar-a-Largo. Here they come up on a cat, finds JPEG, but that 1v1 certainly not going his way. Does manage to grab the pack, but here comes the combo. He will not leave, gets gobbled up, and yeah, this is looking like it's going tits up for MG all the time here. I have hope, but man, they don't make it easy.
No, and this has been such a chaotic series of DM fights there, but Mar-a-Lago being able to come out on top with Uber advantage and player advantage for a couple more seconds, immediately making their way in onto Saw Taco Cat at risk of falling once again. Nice bomb for Riveray to immediately give his team another opportunity to get back into this game. Now, can they convert off of it? We've already seen these drastic swings as the Soldiers flying high, hitting some nice shots. Owen trying to get onto JJ, should be taken down over by Saw, is actually surviving for such a long time. Someone killed this man. JJ finds the pipe to defend himself, and that is going to be both scouts down for Mar-a-Lago.
Oh man, Moist DM got slapped by an ice rock from GMK, that's what that was, but he managed to live with 16 HP, collect the arrows, so yeah, great plays, and MG, they can live, they can get these great plays, but man, they just gotta connect the dots here. Reverie jumping into lower base, they get eaten up. This could be a huge Uber, they're there to get there, and they're finally calling for it, but Michael PC1, cart before the horse, they're not able to get this coordination. Oh my god, Mar-a-Largo was so close, and Moist DM still getting the frags on a Dog Day, and GMK, I think he might have gotten a two-piece on them like 2 or 3 times in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Just unrelenting, but man, it's just this absolute slugfest coming out here. Sunny keeping his team healthy. Taco Cat's still alive. It's just 2 scouts and a medic to keep this second held down, but they don't want none of that smoke. Finally, MG has the right amount of players and Uber advantage. Well, I mean, I guess because it doesn't really matter so much to take the second with authority, and Moistiam is up on Spy, so despite the Uber disadvantage, they might be counting on that and not checking their back as they come out, and looks like they're going to come through lower and get the pop-off with that Uber.
Yeah, Dog Day immediately jumping in, and we've actually got a few players trying to go for a back cap, not just the Spy. Reverie goes for it, Imagine going for it. The Spy almost getting bumped there. I don't know if they're going to be able to get to the point in time, especially because GMK is standing watch there. He's going to decloak onto the point, tries to go for something, not going to be able to find anything. Unfortunate for Moistiam and everyone else on Mar-a-Lago. already on middle, capturing that up. Should be able to deny everyone except for Imagine, so not going to be a lot of resistance that they're going to have to worry about on the second point, but there is, again, a sniper in the forward spawns.
But I think it might be lights out though, because MG, I think they're putting all their eggs in that one basket with the spy play, and yeah, but if the salvage with the sniper is nice, but it's kind of a long shot. They're expecting it, and so just massive Uber disadvantage. Taco Cat at 60. Rest of his team's already getting in position. They got the second captured up. It's all linked up. Michael PC1 might be the only hope they have here to stop this one cold. They've gotten the pet drops, they've gotten the clutch plays, but I mean, had they gassed themselves, do they have anything left in the tank? The shot rings out, the jig is up, and it looks like they will be going through lower with this. No, through shutter with this Uber.
Yeah, it is going to be a shutter-bound Uber as Oab comes in. Whip Dog Day Boy leading the charge. They're going to rotate over to the left-hand side to take down that sentry gun. Immediately getting onto the point. They have so much cap time. Everyone on MG just have to stand on it to make sure that they don't give it up.
Wow.
And it seems like they have been able to do that quite successfully. Last one alive going to be Taco Cat. Should fall over and lower. Does fall. Michael PC1 finishing that one up. And apparently they did have a bit more in the tank there, number one, because against all odds, they hold onto the last point still in this first map.
I think somebody just went down to the gas station, filled up a jerry can, and just sprinted back. Because I have no idea how they pulled that one off. Referee got a little bit holed up in spawn. I was amazed he was able to get back in time there, because he sort of hit his head on the bricks surrounding the point. But yeah, excellent lasso from MG. But now once again climbing up that mountain. Once again 3-1. They've got a whole lot ahead of them, and here comes the traps. It's almost Dog Day Boy almost getting the cheeky trap kill, but yeah, Uber popped off, and now Taco Cat just has to recollect with his team. I don't think MG's going to even be able to get this midpoint half cap. Here comes the re-aggression from Mar-a-Largo, and already on their face, GMK and Saw. Michael does clear him away, but JPEG answering back with the 90 LG. And yeah, some pills from DeWitt, but it's not going to be enough to deter them for very long. Mar-a-Largo on the front foot.
Yeah, they are immediately making their way onto second. Manicute high up into the sky, and now we do have the bomb coming in from Moist, trying to land around Taco Cat. Going to be able to survive that one. Dog Day very weak over lower, is going to be taken down by Reverie. Is down to 1v1 with tries to go for the skill stick, is not going to connect, but now Moist coming in onto Taco Cat, might find the last rocket. Taco Cat is going to respect, is going to use, but Sunny died. Manicute finding that one, so it is still going to be a net advantage for Mar-a-Largo, making their way in onto last. It's going to have to be down to the scouts, and it's not going to be doable for them. 4-1, the final scoreline in the favor of Mar-a-Lago.
Well, I think the reason why they're able to sprint back with that gas can because they only put an eighth of a gallon in there, so I guess that's that and the end of that analogy. But yeah, 4-1, the final score. Like we noticed, it was a lot closer in the very. What did I just knock over? In the very beginning there, but slowly unraveling as time went on, and yeah, bringing back a little bit of slap that we saw in the matches that they had against Ninjago the last week and a half or so. I mean, no fault to them, but it's tough to keep going, and that's what I mean. They had all these opportunities, but man, you just wear yourself out going after it for a while, especially on a map like Snakewater that's just basically designed around stalemates.
Yeah, it can be very, very punishing if you find yourself in that predicament where you're just constantly faced with a stalemate anytime you want to try and get aggressive as a team. And I think for MG, they had the thing is, like you said, they had a lot of really great opportunities. They had a lot of Hail Mary-esque moments where they were kind of had their backs up against the wall. They were able to pull something out and completely shift the momentum in the match. But unfortunately for them, every time they did that, it seems like either Mar-a-Lago was able to do it right back to them, or MG were able to go as far with that momentum as Mar-a-Lago were in return. So just not able to make up the same ground as their opponents were in similar kind of very exciting situations. So hopefully that's something that they've got a little bit better of a read on when it comes to Sultry. But regardless, as we finish up on Snakewater, looking at these logs, what do you see, number one?
Well, independent of the logs, back in the game, another thing I noticed with MG, and I sort of mentioned it here and there, is that there seemed to be a disconnect on opportunities that popped up with massive Uber advantage, where Michael PC1 wanted to do one thing, but but DeWitt was doing something different, and Sonny didn't really know who to go with, and like 2 or 3 instances of that, and it really cost them. And they could have had something huge there, like the one at the end there where Mar-a-Lago was just holding so close, even with like 20% Uber, and Sonny had a full 100, and Michael clearly wanted to go and do something, but DeWitt just wasn't on the same page, and so it just caused this sort of collapse in communication on like a prime opportunity. But as far as the logs are concerned, bit of a kill differential, 23. It's decent. 3,000 damage, about 2,000 damage the difference. 5 Uber differences, a difference of 5 Ubers, I guess I should say, if I want to act like I know how to speak English, which is pretty huge, despite the deaths only being 3 between them. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting one stats wise, and I think it does sort of correlate to what we said about just that sort of unraveling as time went on. I mean, it's a 40-minute match.
Yeah, a 40-minute match, and everyone giving it their all. Someone who gave it as much as they got. Oib, 42 and 15, absolutely insane stat line
Yeah.
from him. Just kind of shooting at everyone, making sure be able to protect their medic as much as possible. And it's actually quite interesting because you look at the mid fights, and every mid was at least first initially capped up by MGCS. They got the majority of the technical mid-fight wins. I say technical because a lot of times they would win it, but they had lost Sonny along the way, or they won it, and maybe they had player disadd, so Mar-a-Lago could push back in. But MGCS were at least kind of setting themselves up, at least initially, for some good opportunities to try and get into the round. But it seemed like every kind of mid to second push or second to last push, as soon as it got scrappy, they were able to kind of hang in there, but eventually Mar-a-Lago just kind of wore them down as the fight continued, and Mar-a-Lago would come out on top at the end of it. So hopefully they have maybe a better overall map game plan, because they were at least doing something on the mids, even if it was having slightly mixed success when you really look into it. But it's going to be a big question coming in onto Sultry, which if you really know it and you're able to execute on it, it can pay dividends for you. I think this was. Oh, no worries. I was just gonna say, I think this is the map pick for MGCS. So in terms of the entire map pool outside of Project and Bagel, because those were 2 immediately banned, this is the map they think they have got the best chance of winning on. So if they're maybe saving any strategies, or they got something up their sleeve, this is the perfect time for them to pull it out and maybe try and take this game off of Mar-a-Lago.
Well, as I was saying to myself for 5 seconds before I realized I was muted, is that neither of these teams has put up a match in this RGL season on Sultry, so this is kind of an unknown for both teams. I mean, I don't know how much these guys are like sniffing at each other's logs and stuff leading into this, but if they put up the work on in scrims, it would be interesting to see what they pull out. Not a whole lot that's really sneaky on this map. Now, it's got the sniper silence, it's got the spy plays, but it's sort of settled into that sort of regular sixes map sort of feel. It's not really the odd duck out. Like I was saying before, it feels like Gullywash is sort of taking that spot with the way it sort of divides opinions among players now.
Yeah, Gullywash has kind of received its fair share of mixed opinions, like you said. Same thing with Metalworks, though. I think that's been the case for a little bit longer. I will proudly state I'm not a Metalworks fan, even though I'm a soldier. Yeah. Oh, yeah?
I hated Metalworks because like everybody else hated it, but I realized, no, it's got some merit. But as a soldier, it's really great on Metalworks.
Yeah, it is really good, but I don't know. I just find it very, very boring, even though you can say, Gullywash very stalemate as well, which it is, but I still think it's a bit more fun, maybe bit more opportunities, getting behind that type of stuff. But
it's stalemating, but it's smaller. You know what I mean? Like you actually have to look at each other when you're stalemating.
That's true. You got to look your opponent in the eye, stare them down. But we might see a bit more. We did see a bit of sniper coming out from both teams, just a little bit, mostly from MG. Michael PC1 kind of rocked it while they were trying to push onto second. You can do it. I have seen sniper pushing from mid to second a couple times. It's not super favored because just going from choke, you don't really have that good of a sight line. You have to kind of
No.
commit pretty deep to try and do it. But I have seen a sniper kind of rock up and just kind of body shot the scout that
Oh
sits on
wait.
top of the railing.
Yeah.
And kind of get that easy cheap pick and maybe open something up for their soldiers. So you can get a little bit crafty with it if you want, but
Oh
it's
man.
not a super sniper map as something like
Well,
Process is.
it's funny you say that though, because I can't remember who the team was, but one of the co-creators, one of the creators of this map, was playing on like I think a Brazilian team. I covered it last year. I did the Shoutcast for I think it was for IM finals or something like that, or something like that. And yeah, they basically ran 24/7 sniper because they had a Brazilian player on the team that had the high ping, so it was like a complete wash. And yeah, it's don't let anybody fool you. This can definitely be a sniper 24/7 map. It just has to be done by the person who made the map.
Yeah, they know all of the angles. They can instruct their teammate what to do. And, I guess that's true. Any map is a sniper map if you hit your shots, because if you're just headshotting everyone, no matter the angle, then it doesn't
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
super matter. So
Well,
if maybe Michael PC once feeling himself, he could go for it.
yeah, the amount of times we said, I don't know if this is really the play we'd make, and then they hit the sick head. It literally just happened last match with Michael PC1. He hit the headshot on Dog Day Boy and then just completely abandoned the push.
Yeah, no, so you can definitely kind of throw an enemy team's momentum in to whack if you do hit that crucial shot. But if you are MGCS right here, you got to be taking this time to go over as a team, kind of
Oh
debrief
yeah.
what happened, what you can take away from that snake water match, but also have a little bit of a mental reset. You can't be too caught up with what happened. Simultaneously, you have to take into account what happened on snake water, but you also can't overthink it because then you're going to be going in onto a different map. It's going to be a fresh restart, a fresh new opportunity to try and immediately come in, take the lead away from Mar-a-Lago and cement yourself a nice advantage to maybe try and continue yourself out through the game. So they have to be able to do both of those. And, it's good that they're taking this time here to try and work on that. I don't really know a lot of the players on the team. I wonder who is kind of that voice to be like, all right, guys, we lost. We had some good opportunities in that snake water, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna be going in on the sultry, and we're gonna win this one.
It might be DeWitt and Michael PC1, honestly, because yeah, I think they're the ones that need to talk because, like I said, it just seemed to be a little bit of a disconnect what the combo wanted to do in those moments where Uber advantage and they're literally right there for the taking. So it's yeah, that was a 40-minute match. Don't think about it too much, like you said, because yeah, you just spent 40 minutes on it. Move on to the next one. Because you have to win this one in order to draw it to the third map, and then if you don't like Gully Wash, then you really got to put your head to it, because then you know what I mean. So yeah, definitely not in the driver's seat, but they could if they get their heads on their shoulders and squared away, which I think they're capable of doing. It's just when you're going against a 15-1 team, even if you've gone in a uh, two win run the last 2 weeks or so, it's still daunting to go against the number one seed.
No, it definitely is, and that can be maybe a little bit of a mental boon or burden, depending on how you think of it. Depending on what type of player you are. If you're playing against the best, you can be like, "All right, this is my time to shine," or you can be like, "Holy crap, they're just hitting me more than I'm hitting them. What the
Yeah,
heck,
right.
guys?"
Yeah.
So really depends. Hopefully for MG, they're going to be that former team and be able to rise up to the occasion, but it should be noted for the guys on Mar-a-Lago, it is still a little bit of a battle for them because you don't want to be complacent, even if you are
Right.
that team that's winning all the time. You have a really great regular season. You have a first good start to your best of three. We've seen not only kind of reverse 5-0s, but I guess reverse series 2-0s, where the first team they win that map immediately, that game one, and then game two goes along. They're doing well, but then suddenly team number two, they find their footing, they get some momentum, and they carry that into map three. And then all of a sudden, what was looking like a surefire victory has immediately crumbled before their eyes. So if you are Mar-a-Lago, you can't start partying just quite yet.
Yeah, no, MG will definitely be looking for their D2 Mighty Ducks moment against Iceland in the end with the flying V. But yeah, no, it'll definitely be interesting to see because, yeah, like you said, you got to give your opponents the respect that they deserve. It's something I said with my team when we went on our deep run a few seasons ago. Just always treat them like they're the best team in the world. You can't really go wrong. But yeah, rolling into this first mid. Oh, sultry. A little bit of tower spam, pretty typical stuff. I'm going to watch the Reverie cam and see if he does anything crazy. Actually, Sunny taking a whole heap of spam. Dog Day Boy being very effective with the stick. He's tagging up Reverie, but as well, and the Blue Soldier's going to be jumping in here for Mar-a-Largo. And actually, the Scott's going to be getting the kills instead. Imagine Reverie going to be the first two to die. And we do have MoistTM in on the medic here. Sunny goes down to GMK. Michael PC1 not able to clear him away in time, so very unfortunate. Mar-a-Largo going to be taking the first mid.
They are going to be taking the first mid. Really great start for them. Going to be able to keep their medic alive immediately on the second. This is going to be an opportunity for them to get a very quick round. Maybe showing GM, this might be your map pick, but it doesn't matter for us. We're Mar-a-Largo. We're going to be able to walk right in here and take this immediately off your hands. That's exactly what they try and do. Going to be walking up on the left side. They use the Uber Dog. They're going to be jumping in very deep. Takes down the Sentry Gun. Going to be trying to force everyone back into spawn. They have so much cap time already. Everyone on GM has to bust out, stand on it for all of their work, but they're taking so much damage and attempting to do so. And that is going to be the first round immediately for Mar-a-Largo.
And yeah, the only one going down there, but JPEG, just like on the last map, diving on that point with a whole heap of health, able to finish it off with like the 10-15% that it needed. And already, not even 2 minutes gone, Mar-a-Largo up 1-0, making it look good,
They are making it look good. Question is, can MG make it look even better? As last time, like you said, Sunny took a lot of spam damage and the soldiers were just able to go off of that. This time it's going to be the soldiers. MoistTM trying to get aggressive here is going to go down over and lower, but has forced everyone on Mar-a-Largo back. They find both of them. Now going to be able to walk forward. Everyone on MG just going to have to back up. Referee is in the backlines trying to go for something. I don't think they're going to be able to find any success there. And Mar-a-Largo are just immediately in on second. They've got so much space to play with. And it's just going to be MG having to give it up for the meantime.
Yeah, basically down 2 players with Reverie so far behind. Taco Cat coming up on his Uber 90. Sunny has his. This could be a nice crunch play. They're able to get the force off here. Trying to go through alley. Mar-a-Largo working their way up the back cap momentarily, but Mar-a-Largo much quicker on this second cap. And Michael Peace going to meet in the dungeon there, and actually he wants that smoke. He goes in and finishes off the kill. The Eagle 1v1, and he retreats through alley. Ouch.
Reverie still in the backlines. Is probably going to be a very late death. Is not going to be able to escape even with the skill stick out. So that's going to be a 2-player advantage for Mar-a-Largo. Probably going to try and do something with this, at least a sack at MoistTM taking so much damage. It's going to have to back up as Mar-a-Largo take this space that they've been given. Sentry Gun is going to be taken down. Now, one of his soldiers can try and go for some type of sack if they want to. It is going to be Manicue kind of getting launched up into the sky. Is going to have to back up, so it's not going to be him. All eyes on maybe GMK to do something. He's going to be a nice rocket onto Michael PC1. Going to be able to extend this player advantage that they find themselves with.
And Michael PC1, it was on Obe. He wanted to get the revenge. He had him dead to rights, but then GMK comes in and saves the day. Very unfortunate. JPEG Pika below where it's Obu takes his team through the flank, and actually Reverie in on Taco Cat, jumping away, 9 HP, finally realizes he has to pop as Reverie gets that last rocket loaded to win. It means I'm going to take that demo, so demo violence. It's Sunny getting forced on his last in the meantime, but down a demo and soldier for Mar-a-Largo means they kind of have to back up here. And Reverie, what is this man doing? He could write a novel on what it's like to be behind the enemy team for an entire match. Because man, he's spending a lot of time there. Manicue taking on MoistTM, waiting for the arrow. Imagine will clear him up. As the response, Reverie once again coming in from behind. Will distract long enough for Imagine to take out JPEG. Dog Day might get caught in choke here if he's not careful. But no, actually they have to get that with GMK. So buying space, go for it.
Oh, I was just going to say, Sunny almost being taken down. There was luckily that they didn't crater, but Michael PC1 being deleted. Oh, just walking in, no fear whatsoever. Dog Day supporting his pocket scout. And just doing so much damage. JJ not going to be able to escape into lobby. MoistTM might fall as well. Is going to be able to trade out with Manicue, but it's still going to be a much better player advantage for Mar-a-Largo. They don't have second just quite yet, so that is the saving grace. If you are MG, you got a little bit of time to work equipment, maybe get some of your respawners back up. Owip still trying to get in here, trying to shoot down this heavy, takes so much damage, going to have to back up, and I think that's going to be enough for Mar-a-Largo. In the meantime, Owip is still in though, however, and they might want to try and do something with this.
Yeah, no, they definitely want to keep this aggression going up. Drawing both soldiers over to the right. GMK on the left is going to get gobbled up by the Heavy River. Going to get 2 onto Dog Day and the medic Taco Cat, but Manicu going to bring his reign of terror finally to an end. It seems like the most success he's had so far is in front of the enemy team. But yeah, really pulling it out for his team there as Sunny comes up on Uber. The only death is Revy for MG, and this looks like some good momentum to carry out in a second here. Oh, going to catch points CM here at the shutter.
JPEG.
But JPEG actually behind, going to draw the rest of MG behind, so another back, or a nice back cap attempt. A lot more successful than MG had on the last map there, but they're wise to it, so they'll clear that away. Still able to come out to second here. Manicute might be the next sacrificial lamb if he's caught out. No, jumps out of Choke. GFK going to be going out through Cheese, and Moise continues to bully him out. Might have to collect this pack. They're going to fight over it. Surely Dog Day putting out some spam, and yeah, actually going to get Michael PC1 with the sticky, so no pocket scout for MGCS in the meantime, but Taco Cat at Uber disadvantage.
Yeah, and that's going to be so disastrous towards MGCS because without Michael PC1, it seems like they're not confident to go off of the Uber advantage that they had. When he died, they still had round about 40%, definitely doable, but instead they're just going to stay on their second, and that gives an opportunity for Mar-a-Largo to build up their own, getting us into a stalemate. And Mar-a-Largo this time is going to be on them to try and generate some momentum, try and get a pick, whether that's a crucial player like JJ DeWitt falling, or they get the drop or force onto Sunny, get that Uber out of the equation for them, as now the soldier going to come in. GMK getting launched up into the sky. Reverie in the back lines once again is going to be able to get the force onto Taco Cat. That is not what Mar-a-Largo wanted, but that's going to be really great for MG. Now they've got their Uber advantage, they've got their pocket scout. This should be a mid-push.
Absolutely, and Reverie, man, he's the man of the hour, you know, just showing up in the headlines time and again. And actually, we do have a scout behind that. JPEG is going to try his best. They're going to come back to put him to bed. Ooh, almost getting the kill there, but Manicu getting an answer on the Moisty, so down to Soldier here for a scout. That's a pretty decent trade. Actually losing Dog Day. It's getting worse and worse for Mar-a-Largo here. Desperately trying to get this Uber out of Sunny with 43 HP. Will finally pop off. Taco Cat with 46, and GMK getting some nice arrows, 2 in a row here, but DeWitt is hot on the heels. Reverie going to get up on OIP in the meantime, so the frags keep on coming down. 3, but 2 just now coming up on the spawn timer, not going to be denied by MGCS, so surely they'll have to go forward with this momentum and see if they can get them in an uncomfortable timing, but no, they're just going to set up shop here as Taco Cat comes up on 90% of his Uber, and they're going to be going through Cheese here, their own.
They are going to be going through Cheese with their Uber advantage. Seems like it's probably going to be maybe an insta-pop. No, they're actually going to try and milk it with the space. Reverie, once again, trying to go behind in a little bit of a battle. But, Taco Cat is going to drop JPEG. That is so bad. And, sorry, Owich are both going to go down there. A horrible Uber for Mar-a-Largo, just trying to milk it. Not working out for them. Reverie is taken down in the backlines, but it doesn't matter. Manicu has some nice rockets onto Sunny, just wandering over in frog. No one had checked it. I don't even think that Manicu was intending to get onto Sunny there. Maybe just trying to escape, but it doesn't matter. That is going to be a dead medic for MGCS, as they do have a, it's going to be equal on players, but they can try and go for a desperation play on the Taco Cat if they want. Moist in behind, does so much damage on the Taco Cat. Can anyone follow up? Yes! Michael PC1 with the long-range scattergun shot. He's on the point. So much cap time. Is barely going to be taken down just at the last moment. So much chaos, number one, but at the end of the day, should be MGCS with Uber advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the best they've looked so far on this map. About 9 minutes gone. Reverie going to come and clear the way in through Choke. Moore's going to follow up with Cheese. And actually, he's taking the spam fight without the beam. Manicu jumps around and makes it pay for it. But will he live himself? Yes, he will. Just waiting for an arrow on top of the point. And MG somehow on the back foot here, even with 60-ish Uber percent advantage. And actually, looks like finally they want to take it in close, but no, they're just taking that space to get Manicued in, and they will retreat, realizing that they could get popped on here. And actually, they're going to take it through Cheese, waiting for Shutter, and JPEG will surely call them out. But will this Taco Cat out deep enough? And actually, they're going to try to cut them off. Here we go, and alley, the old alley cutoff here. Michael PC flipping on the medic, and actually Taco Cat manages to live. Dog Day bailing his medic out, and Owen going to get the demo and medic all himself, but 43% Dog Day goes down to Imagine. Owen 96 HP, but the dual scouts from Blue clean him up, and Taco Cat avoiding calamity, and he's going to sit with about a 70% Uber advantage, 75. as referee going around behind, and he's the only one to contend with, and just finally ganged up on and cleared away. Yeah, Taco Cat, wow, just able to slip away. Thought he had him dead to rights, because usually, yeah, a team that caught far in, the team pushes through Shutter and cuts him off. That's a done deal. But man, Mar-a-Largo still managing to come out on top, and now Manicute and Taco coming through, choking. Moist getting the force out here, but DeWitt goes down.
Yeah, really actually nice body block from Moist, because otherwise they might have been able to chase a little bit deeper. Very aggressive with that Uber use. Was able to find 2 with it, and it's still going to be enough play advantage for them to try and work their way in onto last point. Either get the pick off onto Sunny or force MGCS into an unfavorable position, but with Reverie going down, this is going to be able to extend their opportunity to try and make something work. Sunny almost has Uber, but the question is they don't want to use in an unfavorable position here. Manicute very, very weak. GMK had an opportunity to maybe try and go for something, but is going to back out. But that has delayed MGCS long enough that I don't think they're going to try and push out here. They are actually switching off their defensive classes. What do I know? Seems like they're going for it, number 1.
Yeah, and that was really dicey the way Sunny was standing on the point. I thought some pills were going to come their way and just completely ruin the day of MG on that one, and forsaking the heals on the heavy. But no, it turned out to be okay. So even Uber situation on last year, about under 19 minutes to go, and we do have Mar-a-Largo just coming through alley here from lobby, and it's going to be Moist greeting them to come in as he usually does here. But I think they're just making the space for the Sax to come in. Manicute taking the positioning. Here comes GMK from Dungeon, just spamming the gun. Manicute going to jump out of the window. Actually going to Pogo back. It could be caught up by the level 1 here. He's going to crater. Nobody there to save him. And now Rever going to make sure that the kill is secure. Michael P. going to get the credit for that kill in the end as the heavy. But a bit of a funny sack attempt here as GMK still tries to go for the gun. And actually Moist realizes that he's the odd man out, and the rest of his team is so far away, can't be supported. So actually both soldiers go down in a bit of a staggered spawn situation here. Moist capitalizing.
Yeah, and now he's going to be trying to go for something. Is going to be able to get the force out. Really great stuff from Moist DM, coming in very clutch for his team, and Sunny being able to stay alive, safe and secure with that 100%. So they are going to be able to try and push out here, but they have to worry about so many things. They have to worry about all the players trying to sack onto Sunny, get that force out, or get the kill, or any of the backcappers lurking behind. One of them being GMK over and lower is going to be taken down. So that's 1 threat neutralized. They still have 5 more in front of them as they push their way out onto second. Moist DM making some space for the rest of the crew. This should be doable. Everyone else has backed up, so it's going to be a successful push out for MGCS.
Yeah, very nicely done. And Moist, man, that was just a feels sort of play there, motivated him. He just saw his team out and got the fear, the respect for us out of Takakat as well, coming over that top rope and really putting the hurt to him. And now even Ubers, both scouts on Mar-a-Largo very weak, however. Might see an exchange and things get drawn out. Actually, Taco Cat taking a whole bunch of damage and could drop the spam if he's not careful here. Getting blasted back and collect that package, but actually it's not there. I think his teammate grabbed it, so they're going to have to retreat because their medic is in no position to hold on here with the amount of health that he has. So kind of just fooling their way in. MG coming out on top. Very nicely done.
Yeah, and that was just straight pressure from them. You know, they didn't use any Ubers. I don't think anyone went down there. It might have been a respawner in the back lines, but not from that fight. So that was just a little bit better coming out from MGCS, and they're going to have to do a lot more of that if they want to try and get into this map. And Reverie
here we go.
Going in. Some nice damage actually onto Taco Cat. Not enough to get the force, however. Took them down to around about 40 hit points, so not enough to find the mark, but Mar-a-Largo maybe trying to do something. GMK trying to bomb in through Frog, has been able to do so, finds one rocket onto Sunny, not going to find the fadeaway air shot, so that is just going to be a call to go back to even Uber stalemate.
Well, I think they're going to try to bust through here because they have Reverie coming up on the spawn. So yeah, they're going to clear away and actually make the flank shot through Shutter. Michael PC1 and Moist actually taking the fight against Manicute. Michael PC1 actually gets caught out. But Moist going down to the arrows from Taco Cats, and Medic is indeed a fragging class. There we go. And an unexpected 2 deaths, I would say, because surely the one Michael PC1 is guaranteed. But Taco Cat coming out with OUP now. The rest of his team filtering through Cheese, and Reverie on Taco Cat alone, completely cut off. So very good force, and will manage to live behind, and will draw the rest of Mar-a-Largo back as well. So MG can hold out these chokes if they want to. Reverie still managing to get out through choke. Up hot on the heels. The scout gonna try to get the overextension. Here we go. The two scouts linking up, and yeah, Up paying the price for extending too much. And GMK might be the next sacrifice here. Again, as I say, jumping up the wall, trying to salvage, gets the drop on Sunny, and wow, what a salvage play indeed. MG, they just can't find the right footing here. One step forward and 2 steps back. They get second, but at what cost? A full Uber. Jeez.
Has been so unfortunate for MGCS, but like we kind of saw last time when it was a flipped scenario, they do have an opportunity to try and go for a back half if they can get someone in position to do so. It doesn't seem like they're really opting for that. Instead, maybe just try and get the force down. Instead, Taco Cat immediately goes down. Just really great spam. Just no one checking on the side of Mar-a-Lago, and they lose their medic because of it. Now, they are going to be in a very tricky position. They are on their last. They are at Uber Disad, and if they want to try and make their way out of this one, they've just got to have a really great last hold or hope that MGCS beef their last push.
That is indeed the hope here, but I mean, it might be the only hope they have here. This is pretty massive Uber advantage. You know, surely MGCS can just walk this in as best they can. You know, they're taking a lot of spam. I'll give them that. But surely, with this much advantage, no, they pop way early. Decide to dive deep and do the old gully wash sort of Uber and trap out the teams on the spawn doors, and it could be enough. GMK jumping out on top of the point. It was actually Sunny getting most of the cap time, and now we have a bit of a drawn-out slugfest. Reverie on top of the fence will get chipped down, and now JPEG just swirling that heavy around into Whip with some fat pills, and now it's just a demo medic trying to slug it out here. And I really want to see how this MGE pays off here. DeWitt with the Zato coming out. Both players so very weak. And it looks good at the beginning there. It looked slightly less good, but in the end, yeah, MG failing that last push. Very unfortunate.
That is extremely unfortunate, especially because Sunny stayed alive throughout the majority of that. And you're like, all right, your medic staying alive throughout the last push. That's not too bad. The thing is, he died extremely late, so Taco Cat has a full 100% Uber advantage before Sunny even got through the respawn room. But Reverie up on Spy. I don't think they know. Opportunity for Snap, gets it. Really great stuff from Reverie, immediately putting their team back into the game. I think we've said that so many times in this map, number one. Reverie 100% stepping up for the squad, and it's going to give MGCS another opportunity to get onto second and probably push last as long as they can withstand from all of these sack attempts headed their way.
Well, here comes GMK trying once again to get the crazy drop on the Sunny, despite not having, you know what I mean. But does not work that time. Second, you know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. But yeah, but once again, like a 70-80% Uber advantage. They're going to take it into alley this time, try to look on the left side to them. Here we go. They're just, Sunny got disconnected, and once again, man, this is a bit of a delayed Uber, but they're able to get recollapsed on, and this is not looking great. Just, Sunny take a whole bunch of damage, but you saw Michael PC1 looking back, and I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say. This is just a collapse in slow motion. And yeah, GMK being the only death for Mar-a-Lago, and just Michael PC1 just looking back hopelessly at his medic like, what are you doing over there with that much health missing? So yeah, another huge Uber advantage in a row, completely flubbed by MG.
And that has got to be very demoralizing if you are MGCS, because those are the types of opportunities that you should be able to execute on, you should be able to convert, but instead they have flubbed both of them right now, and you don't know when you're going to get another one just quite like it. I imagine it's going to go down. Nice aggressive bomb from Manicute flying high in the sky to grab that one. Mar-a-Lago taking mid, should be able to push through. Seems like they're opting to go through Cheese here. They are going to probably find one in Reverie, who is hiding above to try and get the force. Lands on Dog. They does a lot of damage, but not enough to find the pick, and that's still going to be them now with Uber and player advantage, making their way through second, an opportunity to push on to last.
And that's just a weak level one behind the fence. Uber popped off, and this is looking much better already. But the Pyro coming up from Michael PC1, actually able to keep himself alive with that reflect at the last second. Uber fades, and now Moisiam is on the other side of the map, but nobody is dead yet. Taco Cat, worse for wear, the worst one so far. Mar-a-Lago has to back out. Surely GMK taking the fight to Reverie. Michael PC1 going to Ove. In the meantime, DeWitt answering back on a JPEG with some stickies. Heavy is out on the point. That is Imagine, and everybody is very weak, and actually 3 dead. just like that, for Mar-a-Lago, they had to get the hell out. Sunny with full Uber, and surely MG can take this one all the way to mid after a successful last hold. Very nicely done.
Very, very well done from MGCS. The last hold that they needed, saying, all right, we might have flubbed too, but at least, we were able to hold when we need to. So I'm making sure that Mar-a-Lago flubbed theirs. Now Moistium going to be making a lot of space. He's going to be able to wrap onto JPEG over, and Cheese cleans him up with the help of Reverie, but both soldiers a little bit weak. I'm going to have to meet up with the heal squad to make their way in onto middle. Nice bomb coming in from Reverie. The Uber coming out from Owib all the way across the point. GMK is going to be able to clean up Reverie in the backlines, but it's looking a little bit better for MGCS. They have a bit more space, but now the counter aggression coming in from Mar-a-Lago. The soldiers doing so much damage, forcing everyone back. Imagine being taken down, and Moistium probably going to fall over by Frog does to Owib, and they've been able to hold on to middle. Mar-a-Lago immediately making their way onto second.
I was saying it just subconsciously because I was just watching Sunny hold on to the Uber. It's like you got to pop it at a certain point, just secure your team their health, because you may not get the kills, but as long as your team isn't weak for the fight afterwards, and that's exactly what happened. And Mar-a-Lago able to ride this momentum all the way into last Dog Day, answering on to DeWitt. And GMK going to take that gun, so OEB going to take that Michael PC1 with the space created from that. Both soldiers on one side. You're getting jumped up on by GMK. JPEG going to take down Moist. Imagine answering back, but too much time on the point, not enough concentration from the projectiles from MGCS. Sees them go down 2-0, just under 9 minutes to go. Man, 2 instances on both maps, one on each map, where I felt they should have used that Uber, but just holding on to it for whatever reason. I don't agree with that there either, man.
And you are going to be kicking yourself if you're MGCS and you look at those 2 failed last pushes, because that one of them at least could have been a converted round and make it a 1-1 game, but they got to keep their heads in the game. Keep it cool, as this is going to be the 3rd mid fight. The soldiers being very aggressive, actually going for a fadeaway bomb. Moist going to bomb back to his side of the map. Now it's going to be the opportunity for Mar-a-Lago soldiers to do the same thing, except they commit. It's going to be a lot of damage onto this escaping squad. GMK is in the backlines for some easy rockets on the Sunny. Is going to be able to get that med pick. Taco Cat pretty weak on his side of the map, but he's pretty far away from anyone at risk of sending him to the respawn room. Is immediately walking away, just leaving Oeb on his lonesome over on mid, but Oeb finds one on the Reverie, but Michael P2-1 with a nice flick shot to take him down. Going to be a mid win for MGCS, but gonna be at pretty significant Uber to sad.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing that Sunny's doing, and I think it's wrong. Standing in this little gully here with the small health pack on mid, I think I was told to not do that because it makes you so susceptible to getting bombed and then flanked by either Frog or what have you, But yeah, it does go down, and so fully revenge for Taco Cat, trying to bully their way out Mar-a-Lago. Moistium barely able to get away with his life there. So we'll be able to reset here as Dog Day Boy and Owen bully their way in. Moist actually might be caught out here as GMK comes over the top, chasing out through Frog. Reverie collects the pack, but he might actually get collected by Manicute. Noab here actually has a flank opportunity. Could jump over the top, but no, decides to get Manicute, who's just fighting on top of the point, just completely oblivious to his existence. And now Taco Cat has to pop out that Uber as both soldiers actually commit onto him. I don't know about that, but Dog Day Boy putting out some heavy artillery to force out that Uber from Sunny to protect the rest of their team's health, but they could get collapsed on from Cheese here if they're not careful. Moistium going down, but Michael PC1 taking down Oab, answering back on them. This is a weird situation. Imagine on a Dog Day Boy, can he get the frag? No, but Michael PC1 with the chip shot does collect on that damage. Very nicely done. GMK needs to collect an arrow himself. Yeah, Chase Me Frog, 3 people, no free med and choke. I guess we have Oab a little bit upset at how that one played out. But yeah, MG back on their second, and Mar-a-Lago looks like they want to bust in. No, never mind.
They were thinking about it, but Oab can't be too upset considering they have won the first map and are up 2-0 in the second. So if you're just joining us, that is the current state of affairs. MGCS on the back foot, both in the overall series being a map down, and in this game 2 being down 2-0 on their map pick of Sultry. So they have to try and figure something out already on their defensive on the second. It's going to be GMK bombing and does a nice rocket onto Sunny. Can anyone follow up? The pills coming in from Dog Day trying to connect, but have not been able to find the medic. GMK does go down without being able to get a trade out. So opportunity for MGCS to try and go in response. The referee does go in, hits some nice rockets. A nice surf from Taco Cat, however, to stay alive, dodges a sticky narrowly to not take any further damage. And you know, this is one of the cool things about this map. It is kind of a little bit more easier for soldiers to go for the counter stacks in those situations, but someone not even actually a Manicute is going to die trying to get in behind. The shutter door was trapped. Nice stuff from JJ DeWitt to have that one under lock and key, but Moist
31 HP on Taco Cat, almost gets the drop, certainly didn't get the force. Man, after what Taco Cat's been through, I'm surprised he held on to that one, but it's 3 dead, 2 soldiers and a scout for Mar-a-Largo, and here comes the Uber, Sunny, my man. Okay, you're really scaring me with these Uber decisions sometimes, but does pop it off in time. They do get the force out, and that's one that they kind of had to expect would happen, but, and they're actually in danger, getting stuffed, cleared away though. Manicute, Michael PC went to no pocket scout, and Imagine still capping, so thankfully the issue wasn't pressed here, but Reverie is getting gotten on, and GMK coming out of the sky to land on top of Sunny, and JPEG gonna clean up Imagine. This is not going MGCS's way. DeWitt goes down, and yeah, now it's just the 2 soldiers on either side of the map. There are no way to really coordinate, but Reverie wins his 1v1 against OWIB. And Moist just has to get out in the meantime. Reverie going to draw behind and do what he does best, writing his novel on what it's like to be behind, you know, just completely camped out behind. I can't wait to see that on Store Shelves, honestly.
It could be considered a trilogy at this point. Yeah,
he's making it work in front and behind. You know, I did give him grief, but he is making it work.
Oh yeah, he's been able to get quite a few key picks and at least just buy time for his team, even if he's not able to get the trade out, which is the case this time. Not able to get the trade, and that's going to be a player advantage for Mar-a-Largo to work in here. Manicute, nice bomb immediately ending onto the soldier. Moistium is going to have to back up there as a Taco Cat over. GMK going to be taken down. Manicute going for a very aggressive bomb, just wrapping around. Sorry, this Moistium in the backlines has been taken down, and that's going to be 2 down for MGCS. They want to try and fight this. I'm not sure if that's the correct call. Reverie is going to be taken down again, and now they're going to be only 3 up on their last point.
And yeah, Uber's going to have to carry the day here. Already putting cap time, and Michael PC1 just gets chewed up by the hit scan and forcing up that Uber burst. All Mar-a-Largo has to do is just get out and reset. And it's really crazy, the luck for Mar-a-Largo, because Taco almost dropped to the pills of DeWitt. He had a roller hit him for 40, and then he got hit with like a direct or something. I don't know, he got down to like 30 HPs or something, and just narrowly avoided dropping. He didn't even realize. I don't think he would have had time to even pop. But yeah, narrowly holding onto that Uber and allowing his team a second opportunity at this one.
Yeah, and second opportunity is what they've got. Are they going to be able to make the most of it? OWIB and Dog Day trying to do so as they launch themselves in. They find one in Imagine, Sentry Gun, and Engineer taking down Moist. DM as well is also going to fall. Reverie takes so much damage trying to bomb over towards the spawn. Michael PC1, however, is going to get very crucial kills on the Manicute and Dog Day Boy. OWIB going in so deep, trying to clean up on anyone he can. GMK one onto JJ, but it's not going to be enough. Taco Cat should be able to survive even as everyone else on his team falls, and that's going to be a failed last push for Mar-a-Largo. MGCS managing to still stay in the second round just barely, but we've only got 2 minutes left before continuous overtime, so it's looking like a 3-something game here.
And this is incredible, the way it's been drawn out here. Moistium getting the kill on a JPEG, but OWIB just chipping away at a distance here. Here comes the spam rockets. OWIB has to get out. Referee's trying to cut them off behind and choke, but he gets collapsed on completely. Does actually manage to get Dog Day, so that is a demo dead, so no traps. So you can walk through pretty freely. All you have to do is contend with the soldier spam, but just strong arm your way through a doorway, you should be fine. A little bit of Uber advantage, nothing really actionable, but they do have to play honestly. But as they take their time, Mar-a-Largo able to come up on that completely even Uber situation.
It is completely even Ubers, and just letting it even out by this point. Dog Day is going to be back with the squad, so that advantage of no demo, no traps, like you said, is going to be nullified, and now they're going to have to try and sack in with everyone shooting at them. The full capabilities of Mar-a-Lago ready to take them down. Reverie trying to go for a little bit of a 1v1 with Manicute is not going to be honored as a JPEG comes in to help clean that up, and Moist also going to fall over in Frog, and with both of their soldiers being taken down, they can't hold on. JJ's super weak as Michael PC1 goes into maybe draw a little bit of heat off of them.
Look
it
at
is
the
successful. Yeah, but they are 3 down on second.
Down 3, and here comes the forward spawns. Actually, they didn't bother to cut them off because they just decided to go for the speed, and now it's a bit of a scrap fight here, having to deal with those players coming up so fast and so soon, and this might actually come off in MG's favor if they're able to get these frags. Lots of low damage players, low health players on Mar-a-Lago. Uber just now popped off, but I think MG might actually have the upper hand to recommit, and as I say that, Dog Day gets some bad damage with Manicute in the flank, but he's actually trapped in the corner here. One arrow saves him, able to jump out here, down to Scout Soldier for MGCS in the meantime, but down a Demo for Mar-a-Lago, so a lot of damage out of the combo. Manicute looks like he really wants to lead his team through, especially as JK collects on the Reverie, smack down Manicute, waiting for the arrow that will not come in time, but down 3 for MGCS. This could be all she wrote here as we go into Banny overtime. The Widow to OIP. Here comes GMK, has to be cleared away to draw off this fight, and he does, and he is, and Dog Day Boy Talk and JPEG back up on a second here, and MGCS coming up on their Uber, and Dog Day with the stickies waiting for Michael PC1, so no combo. Scott Taco Cat has to get it out, could get collected on by the stickies and rocket combo, but no, Manicute's still caught in. Dog Day Boy manages to finish off Moist TM Craters in the meantime, and the rest of Mar-a-Lago coming back in for this fight. They want to take this even though they don't have Uber.
Yeah, they want to try and take it. They've been such a momentum-based team, as we saw in that last push. They didn't have Uber advantage. They were just going in, recognizing their DM, and trying to make the most of it. Manicute, however, is going to be taken down, trying to do something similar. Both teams do have Uber this time. They did get a lot of space for free over on the right, but Manicute not going to be able to make anything come of it. So, going to be even Ubers, do or die if you are MGCS. He's got a one more round, and then your opponent, Mar-a-Lago, win the whole series, guarantee themselves a spot in the Advanced Grand Finals. And, you know, if you are MGCS, your playoffs run isn't over. I believe just quite yet. They're going to be sent down to try and face, the lower bracket winners, which is going on at the same time. But Michael PC1, I think, getting the shot on OWIP, who was suspended over the little roof there. So a little tricksy one.
Yeah, well, Michael PC1, he can't sneak one past him on Sniper, I guess. Manicute taking a fight at bats. What do you see?
I think he got a nice headshot onto a scout, but it doesn't matter because they get forced. That's so disastrous if you are MGCS. Because now you're going to be on your last with Uber disadvantage. Mar-a-Lago just going to be able to walk in completely with all of the cards stacked in their favor. They're going to be able to get GMK, going to be able to wait for him because it's that big Uber, and they don't need to rush this. They can distribute all their heals, and this could be all she wrote if MGCS don't pull something out of their back pocket, and it's got to be a good something out of their back pocket, not just a playing card.
Yeah, that's for sure. Here comes the Uber from Dungeon, already getting some cap time. Gun goes down almost immediately. Uber's not even over yet. Soldiers are still jumping on top of the point. The sticks do catch out JPEG here, about almost halfway cap. 10-second spawners for the two players dead on Mar-a-Lago. Still the fight continues. The Wit goes down to GMK, cleared away by Magic Dog Day, setting up the cap time with this team. Does this medic in his demo. Taco Cat desperately. It's ring around the rosy music.
Taco Cat!
Taco Cat takes out Sunny, but his demo goes down. Manicute will be there to support, but will they get the medic in the meantime? Here comes Manicute. Collects the pack. Imagine jumping over the rockets and has to count his lucky stars that he doesn't stay in too deep, but does go down to Manicute. And now Moist TM taking the fight against JPEG. Could go down if he's not careful. The Luger morph will secure the kill. JPEG going over to the alley side here after taking a peek through Dungeon, and oh my god, it's basically even Ubers here, and he's still going to be drawing some eyes, taking the fight to Reverie, but some high ground directs down onto him. DeWitt finishes off the kill and just bit off more than he could chew here. Basically even Ubers, and basically on the edges of our seats. 24 seconds. Ubers will not enter into this. So yeah, it will be had to drive by for the last 20 seconds. Here we go through alley.
Oh, Taco Cat immediately being taken down, but like you said, it is going to be a GM fight for the point. So much cap time, they have to stand on top of it, but I think they should be able to. Last one, Dog Day was the only one from Mar-a-Lago at the point. JPEG trying to maybe get into position to go for something if they get onto the point, and they do, but he's going to have to win a 2v1. Not going to do so. Michael PC1 and Imagine had his number, and that is going to be MGCS off of their last on to second, making their way in onto mid. They've got Uber advantage, but we've already seen so many times, number one, how a team with Uber advantage can lose it in a split second, and not because they used.
Yeah, probably because of the trap Dog Day Boy has out in Cheese, and he's baiting with the Soldier, but he gets the call that they're coming through Choke, just completely unguarded by the Stickies, and here we go, so full Uber, and the GMK bomb coming out. He's been so successful and so dangerous in these Choke plays, but Dog Day could be getting caught out here in Shutter, and he is. Does answer back onto Imagine, so down to Scout for a Soldier, but definitely what you want to have if you're MGCS, especially because you still have this Uber advantage. About 10 seconds left of that if you're counting by full Uber rate building, and yeah, it's going to be too late. The MG's coming up here, and this is another even Uber situation, but MGCS, I think for the first time in a long while, is confidently in the driver's seat, and it's, you know, continuous overtime. They can take their time and really work the picks, because that's what they've been able to do. You know, they can get the picks out of nowhere, so certainly within the repertoire, and we'll see what they have here in overtime.
Seems like the repertoire is calling for Imagine on Sniper. They're going to be trying to get aggressive here. Over on the left side, immediately trying to go for a shot onto the Soldier's. Manicute is going to aggressively bomb it. Hits it. It's going to hit by an air shot from, I think, JJ.
Oh
otherwise, GMK is in super deep. Sunny going to be taken down. Owen in completely from behind. No one was paying attention, and they were in the driver's seat for only a moment as they get thrown out of the car, GTA style, and that is going to be Uber advantage gained for Mar-a-Lago.
But the rest of Mar-a-Lago is dead except for the NG, so this is workable. They could bait them out, and they've got the Reverie Spy, so I think they might be trying to go for something like they did on Snakewater, where they tried to all in on the back cap with the Spy, but we'll see if it bites in the ass, same as it did there. Here they go. With that Uber popping out, Dog Day Boy chases the combo out, but they might sense something is up. Reverie going in through bats in the meantime as the cap comes out, checking Frog, and here comes Reverie completely unchecked. It does have GMK looking, just waiting as the kill goes out on the Moist CM. Second is captured, so it's all for naught. Reverie on Spy for nothing. Could get the cap or get the backstab though if he's good.
Yeah, is going to have to try and make up some ground here because he's very far behind. Now going to be making his way in through Choke. The Uber going to come out from the rest of his teammates, though. They are going to be able to find one on top about Oab and GMK, all going to go down. There's a few in behind. One is going to be JPEG and instantly sent into the ground. Going to be sent to the respawn room. Manicute as well, and a little bit of a 1v1 with the Spy. Is going to be able to at least get that trade out. Dog Boy, one of the last ones alive for his team over in lobby, just trying to set up any sticky traps that he possibly can. He's not going to be able to do so. Gonna have to back out, and once again it's going to be MGCS in the driver's seat, but you know their driver's seat has looked pretty shaky. Number one, the car's been breaking down on them.
Yeah, they don't have windshield anymore, so there's that. And yeah, I just want them to build up this Uber and start going like now with 95. Just get in there, use that thing. Don't be afraid. Come on, they got the Reverie Heavy. Try saying that 3 times fast. Trying to find that gun. There it is. It's just a level 1. Trying to get them hemmed inside these spawns here. Uber does fade. Sticky's still all over the point. Michael PC1 still very weak. Moist going to be one of the first to die here. They got the Reverie coming in with the Heavy. But will it be all for naught? Taco got dangerously close to his Uber as Oab. Oh no. Takes down Imagine. The frags come in and it's just Sunny left alive. And I mean, there's not really much that he can do in that situation all by himself. And yeah, it's going to be a complete coast to coast, I think, with something like that from Mar-a-Lago.
I do agree. It has the potential to be a coast-to-coast. Someone on MGCS has to try and force out this Uber from Taco Cat. if they want any hope at staying in this
Look
game,
how
which they
fast
desperately
they
need
are.
to. Yeah, they're already going in on the second. They might have an opportunity to get on the JJ, and they do. The Soldiers made him mistime the zone. Nice rockets on the Taco Cat. Is going to force it out, but with 3 down already on MGCS, they're probably just going to take this play advantage in, and they're walking in already on last before they capture up second. Going to have to just try and spawn camp everyone in MGCS, and they have 6 on the point. The headset deleted. 3-0.
GG. Like we said, the top 2, 3, and 4 in this are pretty much just neck and neck, and then standing head and shoulders is Mar-a-Lago. I had my hopes up for MG, but man, it was a really tough ask, especially going 40 minutes on Snakewater, kind of taking it out of you, but then not even getting a single point up on the board on Sultry. But good game. I mean, it's not over for them, but it is going to guarantee Mar-a-Lago files in the grand finals for advanced.
It is indeed. So congratulations to them. Obviously, their season not done yet. They still have to close out that final game if they want to walk away the #1 top dogs in this season of advance. But like you said, looking at the logs, it seems like it. Whereas last time, I think Sunny and Taco Cat were a little bit even on medic deaths. This time, Sunny dying a lot more, and it really felt like that the times that MGCS had to push Mar-a-Lago's last, they would go in, and more often than not, Sunny would die once the push inevitably failed. Whereas the few times that happened to Mar-a-Lago, Taco Cat was pretty good at being able to get out, and that really helps your team kind of set up on mid and slow down the potential aggression from the enemy team, which wasn't possible for MGCS. Sunny just kind of, it's good, you don't want your medic to bait, in those kind of moments where you might be able to win those DM fights and
Right.
might be able to clutch it out, but either maybe just misjudgments from Sunny or the rest of the team not hitting the shots, not working out, and Sunny dying a bit more often, especially I think on those failed last pushes.
Yeah, no, there's only a difference of 3 between the medics on the last one. It's 4 this time, but yeah, I think the impact is way more felt because one thing my eyes bulging out of my head at is 7 major advantages lost for Sunny is just astronomical, really. And 2 deaths after charge, but absolutely 0 for Taco Cat. So that does corroborate with what you're saying, not really dying in these post-Uber situations. But I'd also argue that MGCS had their backs to the wall, so they kind of had to roll them dice a little bit more. But yeah, I think it was a little bit closer on this one than Snakewater, but all the same, it's still a 2-0 series.
Yeah, still going to be 2-0. I do want to shout out the demo men, both having some insane damage. Dog Day,
Yeah.
21-15. Are going to be 363 DPM, and then JJ not too far behind, with almost similar stat line, 23-13 and a 358 DPM. So the demos doing their job, hitting some fat damage, and the pocket scouts kind of yoinking up all the kills, both of them in the 30s. OWIB and Michael PC1, but just unfortunate that everyone else, or just the whole team together, wasn't able to kind of step up and fight and win against Mar-a-Lago. But like you said, their season journey is not over yet. They have got at least one more game that they have the opportunity of playing to try and guarantee themselves a spot into the grand finals, where they would potentially have a rematch against Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to these rematches here. I guess depending on how the lower bracket went, we might see a rematch of MGCS and Ninjago, which I'm all for. I'd probably watch that one. What am I talking about? I'd definitely watch that one. But yeah, I mean, I really don't have any other further thoughts on this one myself. It was kind of cut and dry there towards the end because, basically everything that we saw in the first map was sort of distilled down in the second one.
Yeah, I 100% agree, with everything you're saying. A little bit cut and dry at the end, and something that is also very cut and dry is Fireside has merch out, and it's super sick. You should buy it and get it. Easiest fact you'll ever have to think about. It's come in, buy it. It supports the Fireside channel, and they allows all the great people to kind of work on all the kind of cool projects we've got. And we often say, oh, we got some cool projects going on, but no, we actually got some cool projects going on. There's some stuff being cooked up that I'm very excited for everyone to be able to see. Aside from that, it just kind of looks cool. They got some really great, unique designs and everything like that. So definitely check that out if you're at all interested. But aside from that, any shout outs for you, number one?
Both these teams, it wasn't exactly like super duper close. You know what I mean? It was a tough fight, but it was a good fight to see. Shout outs to you, of course. It's always a joy hopping in the booth with you, Pika. First time I think I've seen you in a while. Good to have you on production. Everybody watching. Yeah.
I'm going to mirror both of those. Shout outs to the teams for playing. Shout outs to all y'all for watching. Shout outs to Pika on production for being a beast. Shout outs to number one for being the GOAT. Instead of number one, his name should be Goat, just back to back. It has no relevance to number one at all. Just completely change it up. Aside from that, that's been it for us here at Fireside. You were watching the advanced playoffs. It was a MGCS versus Mar-a-Largo. Mar-a-Largo winning that one 2-0 in terms of maps. Pretty good stuff for them. Going to be locking in a spot for grand finals. We'll have more advanced action for you in the coming days. So stay tuned. And until then, see ya.